Welcome to Shenkman Education. My name's Marty Shenkman. The video clip topic is get on the planning train. Get it? Planning train. So again, and we've covered this in other video clips, but the biggest mistake I see that people make is they're looking for a simplistic answer, a magic bullet that's going to solve all their problems, or they're looking for a document. I had someone call me the other day. They wanted an asset protection trust to be formed in Nevada. How do you come up with something so specific? And is that really what you want? The problem is that if you focus on some magic bullet that you heard online or at the Wednesday night poker game, or if you're simply looking for a document, your wealth advisor said, oh, you need a revocable trust plan, you're missing the train. I know, pun. You need to plan. You need to look at and start with the basics. What are the facts and circumstances of your situation? How may your situation change? What are your needs? What is your situation in terms of wealth level, and how might that change? Are you expecting an inheritance? Are you planning to get married? Simply getting a revocable trust because you're planning to get married is not going to address the potential for divorce and safeguarding assets. Properly applied in a creative and different way than revocable trusts are usually used may in fact protect your assets if it helps maintain the integrity of those assets as premarital or separate property. But in general, if you're looking to plan premaritally, you're going to want to have a premarital agreement. You may want to take other steps. So again, you need to plan. You got to get on the planning train. Whatever level of wealth, whatever age, everybody needs planning. If you're younger, you may want to look at a disability insurance policy so that if you're disabled, if you are sick or develop, have an injury or traumatic accident, that you have adequate resources. The documents at a young age, if you're single and have no family responsibilities, may be quite simple. You know, a power of attorney for financial matters so someone can help a revocable trust. Sure, you should have a will, but the focus may be more important to get you on an investment plan for future retirement, disability insurance, and not so much on legal documents. As you get on in years, getting a revocable trust might be promoted as it is to avoid probate, and that's fine, and that could be a worthwhile goal. But if you're in your 70s, 80s, 90s, and a material percentage of people over age 85 develop cognitive issues, simply having a revocable trust is not going to cut the planning mustard. You want to consolidate and simplify assets. You want to write letters of instruction to inform people. You really need to take practical steps to protect yourselves. If your estate is very substantial, and I'm not going to define that, I'll leave it to you, you may or may not be subject to an estate tax today. If you could be subject to an estate tax today, again, depending on your circumstances and your goals and wishes, you may want to do extensive estate tax minimization planning. You may not need that, no matter how large your estate is. You may be leaving a large bulk of your wealth to charity, so there is no estate tax. On the other hand, your estate may be on the cusp of being taxable today, and you may not feel you need to worry, but that's a very short-sighted, short-term view. What's going to happen with the next election, or the election after that? You know, we live in an environment where the tax laws change so frequently that you really want to pursue flexible long-term planning with a long view, because it's all going to change. So other points and considerations. If you get too focused on documents or magic bullets or one phase or lens or aspect of an estate plan or the documents, you may miss other things that are important to you. For many people, simple steps like getting adequate excess personal liability coverage is important. You may have a family business. Do you have it organized properly? Are you keeping minutes and records and assuring that you're adhering to the legal formalities of the business? Many people don't. You know, they'll start signing documents in personal name, have the business email address used for all their personal matters, writing off personal expenses left and right on the business. Have you so disregarded the form of the business that if there's a lawsuit pertaining to the business, the claimant's going to be able to pierce the business and get all your personal assets, savings, house, etc. So again, take a broad, holistic view, get on the planning train, don't look for simple bullets, and try to do what's best for you and your family in a holistic, broad, long-term way. Thank you for joining me, and remember that everything on this video clip is for educational purposes only. Don't take any actions without consulting an appropriate advisor. Thank you.